All right, here we go. Ray Mason is on the air today, and boy, do I have a show today. I don't know how long I'm gonna go on this topic, but it's gonna be a good one. Hold on 1 second. Just hold on 1 second. All right. Had to make a minor adjustment right there. So anyway, today I am officially doing my little come out here. I am selling out to the whole get down of being a dominator over what God gave me in this dominion package that he gave me. You know, where I'm supposed to just have dominion over the fish, the birds, and all of that. I ain't gonna go scripture on y'all today, but this plant that's right here, that's what I'm doing. And I'm putting together a team of believers in what business can do. I know that God wants us to have dominion and to subdue and replenish, and we do a lot of things in that book of Genesis 1:28, where he gives us some instructions on doing business. And this plant is offering a business right now, and a business plan that is unbelievable. And I just want to invite everybody that I can to take a look at the business plan that My Daily Choice HEMPWORX has brought to the table. They got the plan, they got the marketing tools, everything is here. Today I'm gonna take us on a little journey about this dude I know. And the dude is kind of like just looking to find his way through life. And he runs into this cat that puts him up on game. And the guy turns him on to marijuana and shows him how he can smoke, get his buzz for free. Everybody's smoking and drinking beer and stuff. So shows him how he can get his little buzz for free. And it's like, okay, teaches them, don't just be a consumer. This is an old dude, one of the OGs, just pulling the young boy in. And so they smoking, and the OG, he gets pounds, OG get pounds. So he put the young boy up on like a quarter pound to say, all right, man, this is how it go. This is what we want for it. This is what it cost us. Put them on all the numbers. And young boy said, okay. So OG, he coaching him all the way through. And he put the first work in his hand, just to get him going, and he watching him and he guiding him, right? So that whole thing go down, and the young boy comes through. Messed up my mic. But the young boy came through, and next thing I know, the OG no longer has to front the young cat. The young cat, he coming, and he got his own cash now. And so he knows how to get in front of it, make his profit. And every time he come to the OG now, he come to OG, he don't want the quarter, he want the whole pound. OG said, boy, this is good. My training is going well. And next thing you know, young boy is getting kilos. It went from kilos to every time he come in, and the OG would have to get him 10 pounds at a time. And when they got to that point, OG really wasn't doing nothing. Young boy was handling everything, because he done put the young boy up on game. Young boy did everything the OG showed him how to do, and it worked out. Taught him all the fundamentals of business, just in not trying to lead him into just being a consumer. And that's a beautiful thing, because I personally know the OG, you know, and the young boy just happened to be me. And it was one OG after the next that put me on game, put me in the mix to make more money. And then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but as life goes by, I become the OG. So, you see this plan on my head, I'm supposed to have dominion over it. The Bible gave that to me way back in the beginning of time. And it was a plant just grew everywhere, right? We have monetized this plant, and it's now a business. There is nothing wrong with me pursuing business with this plant, especially from a CBD perspective. But even when it gets back to all of the medical marijuana scenario, when you do it from the right perspective, or say like I went in 2016 to become a legal owner, a part owner of a dispensary. Did that happen? Yes, it happened. But the whole get down is, it's all challenging, you know. But I'm having this show right now specifically to clear the air on the legalities of what's going on in the atmosphere. We reschedule this plant one day and get it out of that same category as heroin and some of the other highly scheduled products. That would be a good step. We stop demonizing it in the public and embrace every part of what's going on with people now coming into the knowledge of the plant not being a harmful thing. I look at sugar as harmful, and that's the God in heaven truth, the way I've learned recently. But I still consume sugar in a lot more ways than I really want to. As much as I know it's hurting my body, I still consume sugar. Every now and then I have a bowl of rice, and because of my culture, I like rice with sugar and butter. And then I want the toast with the butter on it. And I want the rice sweet enough so I don't have to put jelly on the toast. So I'm gonna consume a gang of sugar if I eat that bowl of rice. And rice was sugar to begin with. But this is how I grew up. I learned to eat rice like that. It's full of butter and sugar. I'm gonna eat some toast with a gang of butter on it. And don't even forget about the bacon, as many pieces as I can get. And now I can't have none of that. But I can still have the plant. The plant gives me enjoyment because of what it does for my stomach. The rice gives me pain today because of what it does for my stomach. Can't eat the rice, can't eat the bacon. But the plant is medicating my stomach even to today. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm in high school. I run track, I play basketball. And I drink beer and I smoke plant. As many days out the week as I could, all through high school. I smoked plant and I drank beer. Yes, we did. And I learned putting salt in my beer helped me. I learned that. And I didn't even know why. But I know it got rid of the cramps. For running them quarter miles and all of that training and all of that, jumping and running and high jumping and hurdling. And it fixed all of them pains. That salt in my beer and that marijuana. Now that I made that confession, I can do that. Like that was 40 years ago. That was 1975, 72 to 76. I'm in high school. Maricopa was quite a different place at that time. But it was still a wonderful, wonderful community. And I thank God for it. The work ethic. I got a work ethic out that community that, I lived on a cattle ranch. I worked at a pig farm. Man, I know what it's like to smell like cow, and I know what it's like to smell like pig manure. I know what that's like, and I also know what it's like to run hard every day. Every day was a good day in Maricopa for Ray Mason. That's real facts. So for all of them people that was in that journey with me, it was only a good thing because of them. Because they brought all of the animation, And I talk about it in my About Me page on my raymasonblog.com. And I go into a lot of detail. And I will always go into a lot of detail about that happy season in my life. Because I became somebody just because I was planted in the right community. That's all I could say. God knew, and He gave me the freedom to walk the streets of Maricopa and ride around town and go to beer parties in the desert, and I could just go on and on and on. But oh my God, I could never talk about Central Arizona College or being in the Navy or none of that like I could Maricopa. So just know that that's a special thing for Ray Mason. Moving on past that, it gave me that foundation, like I said, on my beer drinking, love Coors and Budweiser beer back then, and whatever kind of pot we could get in that little town, nickel, dime bag. But this was all about me talking about business, work ethic. And I'm gonna get right to this plant that I got on the top of my head, and the CBDs and the oils that I use today, some 40-something years later. And how much trouble I got in because of this plant. I got fired from the railroad a couple times, and I got, just in trouble, because never been one to really want to drink. All of the drinking, I got into it and turned into an alcoholic really fast. So a lot of stuff pushed me back from the alcohol, and it would always make me so sick. I almost died at 20 in the Philippine Islands, and to this day they haven't found my medical records because they think I want to get paid on that, you know, and I do, because I almost died living in a very inhumane scenario in Subic Bay, but I enjoyed every moment of that whole journey, you know. I can't tell y'all how much I enjoyed being in the Navy in Subic Bay, Philippine Islands. That was wow. At 20, that was like putting a kid in a candy shop. I swear to God, I've never been loved so hard by women in my entire life. Never could I ever imagine a life that Subic Bay, the Philippine Islands, gave me at 20 years old. After living in America all my life, and to go there and be raised up and groomed to be a man, that was like, wow. It was just a matter of what kind of woman I wanted. You know, every day was a different adventure. Because you get off the base and, you know, what's your flavor today? It's just, anybody who was in the military back then understand exactly what I'm talking about. And so I had a very healthy appetite, healthy appetite for every kind of enjoyment, and Philippines offered it all. You know, much pot as I wanted to smoke, many women as I wanted to try out, as much anything you wanted to do. And so I got real ill, almost died, put me in the hospital. I had hepatitis so bad it was not even funny. And stayed in the hospital about 5 weeks. And then I got out and couldn't drink no more because I had caused my liver so much damage, and that just moved me more into the plant. And I made better plant connections from that point on, you know. And then I put together an organization of plant people, a network, just like I'm doing right now, you know, because I can't drink anymore at that point. I had almost died from alcohol poisoning and drinking bad water and food and all kind of stuff because they didn't have things the way they do now. I don't know, I ain't been in the Philippines in 100 years and they closed the base down, but back then, you know, you open sewer, you know, it was kind of like primitive in that jungle. They have monsoon seasons. I learned to live in a lot of different conditions in that jungle. But I made great friends. Excuse me. I made great friends. I met some beautiful women and that took care of me like a king. They made me feel like a king. And so I put together a team of women. Team of women and men, pretty much. But, you know, with ships coming in all the time and all of that whole network of marijuana business, my little pea brain, man, I lost my mind. And me and a cat from Chicago, you know, we went to work. So when I use that word work, man, it just kind of like go with this plant thing. I'm an organizer, and when I'm organizing and doing something in this arena around plant, which has been like a medicinal thing my whole life, it just goes with my whole body, you know. Back in the day, they would put you into these categories, you know, if you like cool or you a player or you a hustler or whatever. I would always try to fit all the categories. I want to be cool. I want to be the hustler, you know, and that's what I did. I flowed with those who flowed with what I do. And a lot of times I would have to start the rhythm. So I was always an influencer. And this plant is not even something you have to market. Even though I'm marketing right now, the plant sells itself. It always has. Ever since I've known about it, it'll find its way. It'll find a market for itself, because people try to keep people from having it. And it's just like anything else that you try to keep people from having it. It might cost you a little bit more, but you're going to still find a way to get it if that's what you want. And that has been what life has done with me, with teaching me to know what people's demands are. And I don't know, it's just something magical about knowing how connected you could be to something where, if I don't care what country I went to or what city I ever been to, other than Singapore. That was the only place I couldn't find pot at, Singapore. It was crazy. You can't find nothing there. I couldn't even find a woman in Singapore. But everywhere else, you just go into the city, get off the ship, and you open your mouth and somebody just drawing it, you know, this is what I'm looking for, and you drawn to that. It's amazing. It's kind of magical, but you know, it happens. You can find whatever you want to just through the power of the desire and putting it in the atmosphere and going into certain, you know, telling cab drives or whatever. But you know, you might put yourself in a different type of element, but when you like me, ain't nothing scare you out there like that, you know. I go in there in dark alley, I've been in jungles, yeah, with nobody, you know, so I know God got his hand on my life, because I had a pocket full of money and ain't nobody but a couple females who could have been setting me up. But here I am some 40 years later with all these stories to tell. And I'm only doing this because I want to keep it real for people out there just who want to do something right. I was taking chances on behalf of how I wanted to feel, how I wanted to stay away from alcohol, because alcohol no longer was my friend. Even though when I wanted to die, I went back to alcohol. Back when, I'll get to that chapter later. But for right now, wow, plant. I thank God for this 1500 CBD that I'm using right now. That thing, because what happens when you've been in so much pain like that is you know what it's like, and you could go back there. I advocate everybody that can stop sugar, stop it as soon as you can, or minimize it as soon as you can. Just start toning it down, because it will attack you at the end. The Alzheimer's, the dementia, all of those things are sugar related. So it's going to attack you. It's going to attack me. I find myself slipping sometimes. That's why I praise God when I'm on here and I can remember and just shoot from the hip, because words have to flow like this in order for you to know that, you know, you ain't in charge. I might throw too many you knows in there and, well, but at the same time, I'm coming from the heart. I'm trying to speak right at it. bringing a spiritual perspective, because I want God to have that freedom of just using me as a vessel right now when I'm trying to be the best business person I can be, and I'm trying to use everything, you know. My wisdom, knowledge, and understanding can reach out and touch a young boy that ain't had a father in his life that I didn't have my father in my life. I knew my father. Yes, I did. And was he around? Yes, he was. I lived about 40 miles from my dad, but I saw him on occasion. And I visited with him maybe a week or two in the summertime. And that wasn't every year. So that's not a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk to him, he can't talk to me. Wait, it didn't happen. So I put extras on trying to make it happen for me and my dudes, because I got 2 boys. And so I put extras on that, and I'm in front of this camera right now, you know, releasing so that I can continue to move forward, trying to build an empire, if you would, you know, because I'm a kingdom builder right now. And if none of y'all don't know what that means, I'm just walking in this light that Dr. Miles Monroe told me about, you know, what Jesus did for me, and what this whole biblical perspective is on how to live in this life with unity of others and yourself, and, you know, not dominating and not trying to be more than the next man. You know, you only got dominion over the fish and the birds and the cattle and all of these other creatures, not humans. And I love this program because it's like man, let me tell you, when you're in MLM type thing, or not even MLM, just the whole little hustle that I told you about with moving product, weed, right? You got the cat who get it and grow it and all of that, and to only want to be in this part around distribution. Yeah, you could be a grower and all of that, and I've never had the desire to do that part. I just didn't want to be a consumer. I wanted to be like a guy that could, you know, allocate. I'm an allocator. I get the big piece and just make a little piece off of each one of these little pieces. That's how MLM is set up. So I'm a natural on MLM, you know, always have been. So now to have a structured environment and an awesome distribution center, like they got this thing all computerized, and leads are generated, and capture pages, and anything that you want to have from a website thing. Oh my God, you just got to get in on the whole funnel system. You need leads, the company got all of that. You need it all put together, get somebody to do all of that. There's the video boss dude that I'm working with, Steve and Rachel. Get in with the people that are teaching you how to fine-tune a new skill. That's all Doc been telling me. I study Dr. Miles Monroe every day, and I'm not trying to be Doc at all, but I got Kingdom Builder all up inside of me, and everything that I do in this movement, you know, with me being who I am, I'm not trying to emulate being somebody else that I am not. I ain't been to no colleges, ain't got no theology degrees and all of that. But when this man break it down so that me, the infant, can understand it, all the way to the very, very small pieces, and understand it, and then it resonates with my spirit, it just consumes me to the point where I'll start watching him, and at 10 and at 8 o'clock the next morning, I'm still watching him. not really watching him, but he's like in my subconscious. And when I wake up and he's on a subject line, and I'm like, okay, and I'll take that piece. And I might say, this is what I'm supposed to run with for the day. But at the same time, I'm running with everything that he put on the table and all of the other motivational speakers. I got this dude named Billy Allsworth or something like that. I got to get that last name down. But Billy, he's on the motivational stuff, and he used to be a rapper. And Dr. Billy, actually. So I've been listening to this dude, and I like his beats and all of that. But I just want anybody out there to call themselves moving product, weed in particular, to get us a look. Because if you look at this, and if you ever really wanted to be legit and a dispensary for real, this is the program. $300 to $600, depending on how high you want to be up in this executive slot, because that's what I'm looking for. People that want to come in and do business, not somebody just coming in and try to be a customer. I want the customers too now. Go on over there, and if you just want to order CBDs and be a consumer of my product, awesome. But if you want to really get in front of this thing and operate it like a business where you can consume them products that you're using, and you can share them with your friends and let them know that this is what you're doing, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime for you and them if they choose. So all I know is it's going to be important to everybody that look at this to go and look at what I'm trying to get you to. The content on raymasonblog.com with HEMPWORX, I got a scenario where you can go into a free sample thing. You just push this button and it's going to take you to some free samples of the hemp product, and you can try out the CBDs and some of the other relief creams and stuff. Now, the next button is going to be for entrepreneurs, cats like me, who said, okay, you want to be my OG? Let's do this. Yeah, that's them cats. I want to be your OG. I want to show you how to get down through here and get $1 million a month. That's what I want to show you, because that's where I'm headed. And if you get to me right now, you're going to be right next to me all the way there. So even if you're not making $1 million when I'm making $1 million, that's your next step. So if you're making $750,000 a month, you're going to be mad at me? Because I'm making $1 million and you only making $750,000, and your next step that I'm helping you with is going to be $1 million. Because it's my job to get you to $1 million and all of the rest of the people, so that we all get there and we can all be blessed and be in control of our circumstances. See, because that's what all of this is about. Me being a father figure, an OG in front of you young cats, and letting you know that you can love God and get money. You can love God and get money on this planet. It's just obeying the law that really needs to get enforced. You gotta do it obeying the law. That's the problem I had when I was young. It was against the law. I could have did penitentiary time for some of the stuff I did. And I, for a fact, know that I was blessed to get here and to be able to share with y'all and let you know that that don't have to be nobody's fate. Today, you can get into it from a legal perspective, and it's a very low cost. Go to my site. Look at what it's going to do for you as an entrepreneur. And I only want to tell y'all, don't look at the cheapest package, Because if you just want to be a consumer, go ahead and get that cheap package and then stay down there. But if you coming into this to make some money, get up here in the 30 and 50% return on your money. You buying products, you want this 50% return on your money. And the lower packages get the less return, the less interest you're gonna get paid. Get up there in the high interest. And then we can talk and we can walk, and I'm gonna keep you moving in that direction. But that's what I'm doing, man. I'm I'm advertising right now, building a team for HEMPWORX, the #1 product company. The relief cream, the best relief cream, CBD wise. I know some cats is making it with, a lot of more marijuana, THC in it. So this is a CBD version, and there will be other stuff in time. I believe with all my heart that all we doing is putting in infrastructure. Every dispensary that is up and moving and doing this business the right way, exhibiting character, obeying the laws, doing all we supposed to be doing, it's going to be blessed beyond our wildest dreams. And that's the direction I want to lead y'all. I want to lead y'all how to do stuff right, how to give God the glory for stuff, because it ain't you. Because when you're on the air and you're trying to draw people near to your business and have people order from you around the clock and you ain't got nothing to do with it, that can't be you. When you waking up in the morning and the ceiling fan's still turning and you don't know how you woke up because you don't know how you went to sleep, that ain't you. And if you don't really understand what I just said, then you might get to a point where you can't sleep. Because I got to that point where I'd be up 2-3 days because I couldn't sleep. And the only thing knocked me down was sleep deprivation, because I'm trying to think my way out of stuff, because I done made a lot of mistakes and I'm trying to make up for that and fix it and fix it and fix it. And then you learn you can't fix it. I had to learn to call on God and accept that Holy Spirit residing in me, and understand footprints in the sand. And that went over a lot of people's head, and I'm not going to try to break a lot of these little things I say down, because some of them is just meant for people that are in this journey like me, might be for my age group. But if y'all got kids out there that you need to get under some good leadership around a hustle and get them out that stupidity, this program right here, they can move some products and make some good money doing it. And if it applies to you with moving some product, you jump on it, because creams and rubs and then, everybody knows somebody need to lose weight. We got Trim 365 and a whole bunch of other energy pills and energy sprays. It's just a bunch of products here, oils and potions and smell goods, shampoos. The catalog goes on, but you got to go to raymasonblog.com, check me out. And I also got another product on there I want to give some really heavy shout out to. This is all about product, but for all of my friends and loved ones that are not going to ever touch marijuana under any circumstances, I already know I got them. They're in my family. Immunical. That's my third button on the screen. On my home screen, there'll be a third button called Immunical, or my guy, he might have put it Immunitech. But go into that third room, and that third room gonna have all kind of protein shakes and weight loss stuff and a lot of wonderful products over there. I got to say that from a diabetic standpoint, that Immunical is the ticket. It's you're gonna make a little cup of this stuff. It's gonna make a little foam, and when you pour that in with your juice, put that little foam on your stomach. My God, my God, my God. Yes, sir. Immunical, you gotta check it out. And the energy that it's gonna give your body, I crave it every day. Before I go to the gym, I drink a nice one, and I take one in a bottle with me. And of course, you know, I do all my CBD stuff, and I am just one alkali dude right now. I live pretty much pain-free. Even after putting in an hour and a half in the gym, I can come home and rest my body. And even when I feel a little achy in my back or whatever, I already know that if I get a female to just put some emu on that little spot right there, because you just need a little attention, and then I'll throw a couple of drops of CBD in me, and I'm alkali back up. But the main thing, 100%, the main thing is mineralized. Get you a good multi-mineral, not a multivitamin, a multi-mineral. Something with full spectrum. Get you some chlorella, spirulina, moringa. You know, if you brothers out there know what maca root is, keep that colon and, you know, your prostate thing going with you some good maca root. I advise everybody to try to find them some burdock in the capsules, or they got the burdock root that you can grind up in your juices. I've done all of that, but now I just get the capsules. But this is all about plant life, and all of this stuff that I just talked about, it go right with it. Moringa, go look it up. Go look at what the chlorella and spirulina and what they do for your gut. See, but when I start talking about ginger and turmeric and cumin, the black seed oil, those three, oh, there's some mucus busters. They bust some mucus up. Mucus busters. That's what them are. You can rewind this tape. You can call me. You can hit my site. Go in and look. I got a tab on there called The Doctors. And I got some of my favorite doctors on there. I'm going to update some of their content. I didn't do it this time, but I will be getting that done. And you got to check them out. See, because I only know what I know because I care about Ray. And I got to research how to keep Ray moving. You know, I'm only a plant myself, you know, so it's important that I be effective in this journey and give my all. I've been on here longer than I wanted to because I really needed to say that, and I wanted everybody to understand that I'm not perfect and that, yeah, I have had my challenges in medical marijuana field. I've had my challenges in life, and getting sick was one of the best things that could happen to me because it's forced me out here to do what God wants me to do, and that's spread the kingdom message. It might be under the shadow of the plant, which He gave me dominion over. So when I turn this plant into a multi-million-dollar business because of the system and the structure that this company has put in place, don't be surprised. You really don't, because I put a lot of pressure on God when I get out here and, you know, just go for it, because I know that that's the thing to do. Always go for something bigger than you, because faith, I'm not a preacher, and I'm not going to even go there, but I just have a lot of perspective on different stuff. So y'all got it. I'm finna get off the air right now. I got a few things I need to do, move around the city a little bit, but it was a joy to get on this morning, and that's been something. Then I started to get on last night because, man, I ended up spending my evening with a great family trying to nurse their dad who has cancer, and trying to help them with CBDs and creams and for relief, and getting them to do the salt water, and sharing information. And they were just eager to hear because they want to help their loved one, and I was eager to give it because I want to help them too. If you've ever been in pain, and I think that's why God let me go through so much, so that I would be so much more caring. I lived like 20 minutes away from them. I went all the way home to get some stuff and come back to help them, because that's how compelled I was to help them. And it blesses me. That's the only thing I can say. It truly makes me feel good. And that's all I'm saying when you hear me saying it blesses me, it blesses me. I'm just saying it makes me feel so good. For all of you who don't, I'm not trying to be too over spiritual, and because not over spiritual, but like religious, because I want to be spiritual. That's all I want to. I wish it was a religion called spiritual, I really do, because all I want to do is emanate with the spirits and just be a good one. Oh, that was a good one. That's what I want to be. I was just a spirit, and they recognized I was a good one. That being said, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to do another show today. See y'all later. Bye.